Cookie Brownie with Wallflower Greetings, and welcome. It has been a really long time since I've done a video tutorial for you, so I thought I would jump on and do that tonight, especially since this is March, and at the end of March, that is when Sale-a-bration ends. So I'm going to be featuring a Sale-a-bration free product that you can get free when you make a minimum $50 purchase. And there's lots of options in the available this year in Sale-a-bration. I want to show you a really fun project featuring some of my favorite tools. That's the Big Shot and a paper punch. Those are two things that I use all the time. They're must-haves in my craft room. So I'm going to feature those tonight, and I'm going to make a card for you that requires no cutting and no stamping. We're actually going to do a card that is stamping free this time. And this is a great project that's wonderful for kids and for people who are just starting out and like to have projects that are very tactile and have lots of dimension. I am going to be using the Memories and More card bases, and they're in the catalog. They've got Whisper White card bases, and in the Occasions catalog this year they came out with the what is it called, Blooms and Bliss, I think. There's a suite of products. This is Night of Navy, and I love this these options because there's a large size and a small size, and they fit the Memories and More card packs. So you get card packs that look like this with the large size and the smaller size, and these were designed originally for doing scrapbooking or putting together photo albums, and that's my way of scrapbooking. Actually, I like it because it's kind of modular. You've got pockets and you just slip in your pictures and then whatever cards you want to coordinate or go with it. I've got my balloon builder punch. This is in the annual catalog, and I love this punch. It has two different size balloons. I think I'm going to be using the large one, but we'll see when we start making our project, because I'm going to make this as we go along. You're also going to need a Memories and More card base, the large one. And I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder out. So if you don't have a bone folder, this is handy because it gives you a nice, good crease. So we're going to crease that really good. All right, and so then you're also going to need some adhesive. I've got a couple of things here. I've got dimensionals, which I love to use. We're going to use those on some of the balloons to pop them up. And then I'm going to use some snail. And then we're going to use some glimmer paper. And I'm going to tell you a little thing that I am going to use here that is very while supplies last. So if you want to get your hands on it, I'm going to put a link down below in the description so that you can go to my online store and order it if you want it, because it's on the clearance rack. And that is this Myths and Magic glimmer paper. We're going to be using that because I love the colors. There's 3 different colors. There's this lemon lime twist, and I don't remember what the blue is. And so there's the blue, lemon lime twist blue, and this kind of shimmery white. Now the shimmery white is very similar to what we have in the annual catalog currently, so you can get this. I also have some silver glitter paper. This is in the annual catalog and is available in 12 by 12 sheets. You get 2 big 12 by 12 sheets per pack. This is about the only cutting you'll have to do. You can take your scissors and just cut a smaller piece. I cut these in 6 by 6 squares so that they will go through the Big Shot. So the other thing that you're going to need for this project is the Happy Birthday die. I'm actually going to cut that out of the silver glimmer paper. The other thing that I'm going to use, like I said, I mentioned this a while ago, is the free ribbon pack that you can get with a $50 or more purchase from the Occasions brochure. And I love this ribbon. There's 5 different spools of ribbon, so this is a lot of ribbon. So here is the lemon lime twist, which is one of my favorite colors. I love it because it's just nice and bright. But you can see this. It's got a nice kind of center part that's kind of like tulle. So I really like that. I'm using the Big Shot to cut out my Happy Birthday on the silver glitter paper. I'm using the magnetic platform to help keep my metal die in place so it doesn't move around. I'll do a future video on the Big Shot to give you more details. So now I've got my die, but I need to pop my happy birthday out of the die. So there's a couple of things. You can use a toothpick. Another handy dandy tool is this die brush. It comes with this little foamy mat that you can put your die on. I'm just going to use my die brush here and see if this helps to kind of loosen up the happy birthday from the die. So, move this out of the way, and looky there, voila, happy birthday. All right, so I'm ready to start assembling my card, and so isn't that pretty? I love how the happy birthday really pops against that Night of Navy background. I think I'm going to want it at an angle, but before I glue it down, I'm going to figure out what balloons I want and find their placement so that, you know, I don't start gluing things down prematurely and not like it. So, like I said, I'm using, for the balloons, the glimmer paper from that clearance rack item, which is still available as of this moment. And we're going to use our balloon builder punch, and I'm going to open it up. And these are so easy to use. I love it because, man, I don't like fussy cutting, and I'm not really very good at it. So it's great because you can just punch it out instead. So I'm just going to use the large balloon, I think. And I'm going to use one, I think I'm going to use one of each of the colors. The lemon lime twist, the blue, whatever color that is. I really don't know. And that white. Here I am. I'm punching out all 3 balloons using the punch just to save some time on the video. I'm just going to group my balloons in one little grouping here. And I think I'm going to glue these down with snail, the bottom 2, my blue and my white. My puppy dogs barking their heads off all of a sudden. They have to put their 2 cents in. Then I'm going to use a dimensional and pop up the third one on top here, which is the lemon lime twist. So I kind of like that. What do y'all think? I think that's great. We've got company apparently. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. All right, so now to glue this happy birthday down, it's very narrow and thin. Okay, so you could use liquid glue, which I find to be, for me, messy. I don't do very good with that. So I'm just going to do the easy, I guess the lazy way. I don't know. I'm going to take a silicone mat. These are really, really handy. These are in the annual catalog as well. If you don't have that handy, you can use wax paper. It's not quite as good, but it does do the trick. So I'm going to turn it over, be sure that's turned over to the back. And I'm just going to lightly, just kind of gently run the snail across the little pieces here to get some, adhesive on it. And try not to tear it, which I have done. It's real easy to tear these. So you got to be sort of gentle and just do short little strokes. And I think that's enough glue. Let's see. Now let me put a little bit more on this side over here. Okay. That way, this silicone mat works great because then it doesn't get, glue all over everything else, and you don't have things sticking to each other that you don't intend. So I'm going to go ahead and glue him down. So there's my happy birthday. Now let's do our balloons. I'm just going to we're going to do the white one first, then the blue. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have my white one and my blue one. Okay, so I'm just going to layer those, kind of overlap them a little bit. I'm not getting enough glue on. I'm not sure what's going on with my snail here. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have my white one and my blue one. I'm just going to sort of overlap them, kind of like so. All right, that's cute. I like it. I like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some dimensionals. And I just need one dimensional on the back of the lemon lime twist balloon. I love it because this is so fun and bright and, really cheerful colors, and can go for a boy or a girl, or a male or a female. And so I like that too. All right. Yeah, that's cute. I'm just going to put that right there in between those balloons on top. I like that. Now I think it needs strings. Okay, so I'm going to make some, I'm going to attempt to make some little strings here just coming down. There we go. That looks pretty good, don't you think? I like it. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you have a silver Sharpie pen, that works pretty good. If not, black will work or whatever. If you have some baker's twine, that would work. I don't like using baker's twine all that much. Again, Miss Fumble Fingers. But I am going to use some ribbon here, and I think I'm just going to tie a bow somewhere, maybe at the bottom where these come together. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to cut off some ribbon here. So yeah, you're going to need scissors to cut off your ribbon. And I like to use extra. Some people can tie bows off the spool. I am not talented enough for that, so we are just going to cut it off. Hopefully I cut enough. I'm going to just try to attempt to do a bow real quick. So there's my bow. Maybe not the prettiest bow in the world, but I like it. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there where these kind of come together. So to do that, you're going to need some different adhesive. You're going to need glue dots. Glue dots are great. And I'm going to take a pokey tool here, and I'm going to take off one of these glue dots. Now, they say don't touch them, but I can't see them personally, so I have to touch them to find them. But as long as you're not just touching them excessively, you know, a bunch, you shouldn't lose. I've not had trouble losing the sticky of them. So I'm going to place it on the back of my bow. If I can get it off my finger, that is. Stick it in my finger. And then I'm going to place it on my card. So, kind of like right about there. Awesome. All right. And I think that looks pretty good. It just needs maybe a little bit more, one more touch. And that is, I did get these Happiness Blooms enamel dots. And I think that I want to place those in just random, you know, a few here and there. And maybe one of each color. I don't know. We'll see what that looks like. So again, I'm using my pokey tool. These are have adhesive on the back. And I'm going to pull it off using my pokey tool because that is easier. Now we are done. I like it. I think it turned out really, really cool. What do y'all think? Lots of fun. Great card that you can make with your kids. And of course the inside is white, so you don't have to do anything other than write your message on it. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I will post links to all the items that I used today in this project. And again, if you want to get your hands on the clearance item here or the free ribbon, be sure that you do that, especially the ribbon, before March 31st. And this may run out anytime. So the sooner the better. This is March 19th. These are still available at this time. And again, thank you for watching. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. And be sure to check out more of my videos and tutorials. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you later for another project.